Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I'm Army Piper. Let's do the air horn right out the gate, guys. We got a new all-time high on Bitcoin, continuing to pump up. It just now hit a new all-time high. Look at that candle go, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. We got a lot to go through today. A lot. Trust me. We're going to look at there's some fears of a CME gap, right? We've talked about this on the show, $77,000. We're actually going to look at the history of CME gaps to see how long some of them have taken to close and what the likelihood of that pullback is. That's why Peter Parker, Spider-Man, is on my thumbnail saying not so fast. A lot of people call him for that level, $77,000 retracement, close out that CME gap. I don't know that it's going to happen. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look real fast here at the bubbles, guys. This morning, interestingly enough, when I woke up, this was red. The daily was red. The hourly was red. The only thing that was green was Bitcoin, pretty much. I mean, there were some outliers there, but you can see Bitcoin up 3.6% right there behind me. Ethereum, XRP, the other ones, they were not really pumping yet. Bitcoin was just tearing off and setting a new all-time high. Everything else was just kind of like waking up out of bed. It's almost like BC Port Corp going live while I'm still sleeping. He gets up earlier and he makes the bigger gains. Bitcoin, absolutely doing that. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and let's just get into this, guys. It's time. Class is on session. Let's go. All right, guys. Shout out to all the people in the chat. Let's get into this real fast. Smooth with including what the chat says. Saying username. I try, bro. I try. We got FD White in the house. He said, "Good morning. Good morning to you, bro. How you doing, man?" FD White is working his butt off trying to get things ready for the crypto nightcap because he's going to have to do some cover down on his wingman over there, Tradefly, because Tradefly's got some things going on. So FD White, let me know if you need a hand on that, brother. Alexandra G, the mod queen in the house, much love to you. We're always happy to have you in here with us. And let's jump over here. I'm talking about the chat, people. I got a chat right there. Oh, it looks like we just got Trade Intuition gifted 5 Piper Academy memberships. Those went out to Jeff C, ZTS Rhythm, Dave D, Darnell C, and lastly, Andy D. And then Falco said, knife hand that like butter. That's right. You got to knife hand things. So the announcement, we'll go ahead and make the announcement. Tradefly kind of stole the thunder on it last night already, but I'll let you guys know in case you didn't catch the nightcap last night. Starting next Monday, right here in Piper Academy, next Monday, we will now have 5 shows per day on the Piper Academy network. Let's go. Starting next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a Monday through Friday Trade Academy show hosted by Trade Intuition. T.I. Joe is joining the team here, and we are getting we're getting hype about it, man. I cannot wait. Trade Intuition is an amazing trader, an amazing educator in the space, and we're honored and humbled for him to join up with our team here at the Alumni, taking a stand on the stage here as a professor for the Academy. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. So shout out to him and Trade Intuition. Joe, thank you for the memberships that you gifted out there, bro. Givers gain. That's what we do here, right? Looks more like Piper is about to backhand Spider-Man. No, never, man, never. We got Mr. J in here with us. We've got Harp in the house. Buck's in here with us. Bakoshi No Dinero. Crypto Billy had a great Billy Goat Tales last night, guys, with talking about Bitcoin futures trading and options trading. So it was pretty cool to listen in on that. I learned a few things that I did not know because it's always time to learn, right? It's a good time. Any day that you stop learning, just stop living. Learning is what keeps you going, right? Keeps the brain sharp. Andrea's in here with us. Shout out to Andrea. We appreciate you joining us here. Andrea, Crypto Trades is in here. We are here, pimp. Pimping ain't easy, bro. BC Port Corp, of course, I talked about him already on the morning show, the Good Morning Crypto. Good show this morning, bro. Who else do we have? Darren Dusting's got the DDT in the house. Donato Cabrera is in here saying good morning with us. Who else do we have? Is it Pollo? Crypto Pollo. I see Pollo. I don't see his name. Oh, there we go. We got Falco in here. Falco, there's your hand. I got you, bro. Falco, he's always going to get that from me. And then Crypto Coin Mindset. Guys, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on a roundtable talking about the economy, investment, how to make generational wealth, how can we get ahead in this crazy world that we live in and have something to leave to our families. So shout out to Crypto Coin Mindset. It's going to be over on his channel. And I don't know if I have a link handy. I'll try to get a link and we'll drop it before the end of the show, but it's definitely on X. You guys can follow me on X and you'll see it there. But yeah, that's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dave D in here. Let's see. Andy D, he got one of those memberships. Lunar LBC in the house. Lunar Beaches Crypto, the host of Markets After Dark right here on Piper Academy. Also, Emil Rosu, AKT again, super explosion lately. We'll take a look at that if we have some time. I got a lot to get into today, but we'll take a look at that. So, A to Ace, smash the like button. A to Ace, Hydro Drip. Hey, bro, we got to get together. I'm gonna do a segment with you, just interviewing you on like what is Hydro Drip. Can you explain it? What's the purpose of it, utility and all that. So I want to get you on. And if there's anybody else in your team that you want to bring on, it will not be a live stream. We'll record it, edit it, put it out, and we'll talk about it here on the channel. So get with me on that. We'll make a date. Who else do we have? Let's see here. TI Joe, a lot of people happy to see Joe doing crypto, the Trade Academy on the afternoon show. There's Crypto Pollo. What's up, man? Cluck to you, bro. Good morning to you. Did I miss anybody? The Dusty Hunt, we got him in here. Alan Tan is in the house saying, hola to you, friend. C90 for the win. I think I got most of the people in here. There's a lot of you guys in here. You guys are going crazy in the chat. Crypto Candy's in here with us. Good to see you, Crypto Candy. Always pleasure to have you here. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go talk about some of this market stuff, guys, and let's get into what we're seeing on the charts because Bitcoin doing quite well. This is getting a little bit of a pullback now, 3.2%. But yeah, we'll take a look at all of this. Let's get over into the news and talk about the news. All the news is fit to be news. Let me get the setup here because I got to do. I have nobody to talk with me. I'm doing the show alone again today. OC's been super busy, so it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We got this. All right. Taking a look here, guys. Fear and greed. You guys remember yesterday it was at 90. We're actually on 83 now for the fear and greed. It is pulling back a little bit and settling down despite markets going up. Of course, tomorrow we'll probably have another pump on that again. Let's jump over and take a look here. We are at, I want to give that a refresh. That says 3.26 trillion. Yep, still 3.26 trillion. So up 2.07%. Not a whole lot on the market cap increase, which is fine because the volume's a little low too. Remember, I don't like to see price increase in low volume, and the volume is decreasing down about 3.62% in the last 24 hours. So let's get into what we're seeing here on the crypto bubbles again, guys, and we'll put this over on the daily off the market cap. You can see ADA's up 13.5% there. Shout out to Ada Ace, you the man. Leo's up 6.7%. Algo, XLM, the guys, the U.S. Non-taxable discussion type crypto things that's going on. XLM, XRP, ADA, those ADA up 13.1, XLM up 14.3. We are seeing a little slowdown on XRP up 4.3%, but we'll take it. Especially when you consider the S&P's average annual earnings is like 8%. Of course, it's been over 20% last year and this year. So, Crypto Billy said it's dumping. That's what I thought. Let's go look. That's not a dump. We got levels. I got some levels over there that I'm watching. Don't worry. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Well, it's not going anywhere. We'll look at the levels that I have in the minute here on the charts. Let's get into the rest of this. Any big movers in here in the top 20? Cardano 13.1 at number 9. Who else? We got 14.3% here on Stellar Lumens, moving up into the top 20. And I think that's really about it on the big movers. Right now, we look at Bitcoin, it's down 0.2% the past hour, still up 2.9% for the day. Economic calendar, guys, we got an easy day today on the economic calendar. There's nothing really going on until 8:30 my time. That's 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast there. Yeah, you're on the 1 minute. Crypto Billy, quit being a DJ, you goat. Back off. Zoom out a little bit. It's okay. I love you guys. The crude oil stock changes going on and gasoline stock changes. That is all that we have today. So we have a quiet front coming out here on the economic front. Tomorrow we do get some data. That's going to be the initial jobless claims coming in tomorrow morning. They are expected to be a little hot, but remember, if it's in the news, it's probably already baked in. Now, the thing that's not baked in is if this comes in way below 224,000, 220,000, this consensus and forecast, or if we get really, much better numbers than what's expected, that obviously can be really bullish for the market. So, and then existing home sales tomorrow. That's really the big things we have tomorrow. Friday, nothing big except for like the Michigan consumer sentiment. It does move the markets quite a bit. So Michigan consumer sentiment, initial jobless claims, and existing, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index. Those would be the things that I would watch, but none of them today. We have an easy day today. Let's jump over here and take a look at how the markets are opening. Let's give it a refresh. Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ all pulling back also. Stocks are mixed according to CNBC right now. You can see that right there. I look over at my TV and it's literally right there on the screen. So stocks are mixed. Dow trying to snap a 4-day losing streak. So stock market continuing to do a pullback here. Let's jump over to crypto, see what it has there. Ether, Solana, Doge, all down. XRP and Bitcoin all on the upside. So it just seeing somebody like CNBC talking about crypto and putting the listing here and they got Dogecoin in there. It's just it's interesting. It's interesting. We'll say that. Bitcoin price hits an all-time high. Okay, above 94,000 comes amid Bitcoin sell-off warning. Are they looking at the 1 minute chart also? That might be the thing. We'll see. But yeah, Bitcoin dormancy is decreasing as Bitcoin price action hits an all-time high again and again. Yes, and again. And again, that's what it keeps doing. Bitcoin kept up the pressure on 94,000 on Wall Street opens as bidders bought up Bitcoin price dips. And Bitcoin price record highs dislodge dormant coins. Characteristic bullish moves mean Bitcoin's new all-time highs of 94,374 Bitstamp before the U.S. trading session began. Traders skew-eyed shifting liquidity conditions on exchange order books. Someone got FOMO, he queried on one of his latest posts. That's what's going on there, guys. Not expecting to break 100,000 in the first attempt is what this analyst is saying. Looking for a reversal from the mid-high 90s, around $96,000, and then focus on the next buying opportunities during that pullback. I could absolutely see something along those lines happening because people will front run that sell-off before the $100,000 mark, and then you're going to get that. Naturally get that. Cascade. People are going to go, oh my God, they're going to FOMO out, right? They're going to be like, I'm going to miss the dump. I got to take my profit, which will cause more of a sell-off. And then it's going to do a V-shaped recovery. And all the people that thought that they were going to buy it cheaper are not going to really get it much cheaper, especially if they're paying fees on the sell and fees on the buy. And then they're going to be like, man, I lost a little bit of Bitcoin in that. So as of right now, guys, I'm not looking for any huge big pullbacks, even though there's a $77,000 call for a CME gap fill. I don't know that that's going to be the case. That's just, we could, but we're going to look at the history and talk about that. Another thing too that's keeping the markets pumping hard right now. We'll talk about some of this. This one right here. Michael Saylor to pitch Microsoft board on Bitcoin buying strategy, guys. I'm not going to dig into this article too much, but I just want to talk about the headline itself, because companies are starting to see the valuation of MicroStrategies because of its exposure and how it plays the Bitcoin game to increase its valuation of MicroStrategy, right? Through leveraged Bitcoin, they're increasing the value of a business. And so putting it on their books has put them in the top 100. Yes, by the way, MicroStrategies is now a top 100 company. So they people at Microsoft, they want to talk to them. They're like, let's talk. Guys, why does this matter? Because Microsoft has about $78 billion. if they even put a portion of that into Bitcoin, guys, 10% would be 7.8 billion. That's a pretty large amount of exposure into Bitcoin right out the gate. So it would be interesting to see what happens with Microsoft on that, and what they think about MicroStrategy's investment plan for valuation, how to make a corporation's value go up without an actual production of goods or services or anything like that, right? And that's what a company's bases their profits on, is how much did they make for their goods, services, operations, whatever their intent is. Microsoft being able to leverage Bitcoin on top of what they do could also be really interesting for the valuation of Microsoft, because we know MicroStrategies has absolutely crushed it this year. Let's go ahead and jump over off the news, guys. That's what we have today. Today's news, by the way, brought to you by Decrypted.tax. We are coming up towards the end of the year, so start thinking about your taxes, people. Start thinking about that, and then you got to think about how am I going to pay this? What's the best way for me to do all of my tax stuff, guys? Better to do it before January 1st. If there's moves that you need to make, and if you don't know what those moves are, give Ernest a call right there, Decrypted.tax. Give him a call. You'll get a free consultation using the link below, and you can get 25% off if you decide to use the services. The most amazing person in the crypto space. So C90 said $7.8 billion divided by 95,000 equals 82,105 Bitcoin. Yeah, that's interesting. 1% investment into Bitcoin voted by Microsoft happening in December. There you go. BC Port Corp dropping that knowledge on us. I appreciate it. Let's go and check out the charts. Let's do that. Let's jump over there and check out what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. Oh, look, that pullback, it's gone. That pullback is already gone. See, this is why you don't look at 1 minute candles, guys. Let's go ahead and throw some overlays on here. I want to do that real fast, and then we're going to go back. I just want to do a quick rundown on this, and then we'll go talk about the some stuff on X marks the spot, because I got a lot of stuff I want to go over on that. All right, this is my local support and resistance, guys. Yesterday, I talked about this level. Nope, not you, Arrow. I talked about this level right here, and I drew this box on. I said, look, low side on this, golden pocket. High side, we're going to go with right here. That was sitting about $91,200. That is where we bounced at yesterday. This would be the 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So this is at the end of the show here, or in the middle of the show. That's where we got our support, and we bounced from there. I said also, we have this nice little handy dandy 3D trend indicator, which it's coming, I promise. But look here, guys. Yesterday, last night, about 8 o'clock my time, this is 10 o'clock on the East Coast, we came down and wicked perfectly on the cloud top. The very edge of the cloud gave us our bounce again. 3D trend. I said, as long as this is continuing up, the price is going to continue up, and we're going to look for bounces in the cloud. We keep getting them over and over and over again. Some of them just hitting the edge of the cloud before we move up. Bitcoin right now at $94,825. Let's go. Guys, we can break 95K right here today on this live stream. I'm just saying. This is so, yeah, we're looking good right now, man. On the hourly, we are overbought. We could see a little pullback, but those are the levels that I'm watching. There is like the 236 coming in at 92,833. That would be a good retest area. We did have a fair value gap on this candle. That's what we came down and closed. You can see that there. Let me break this in for you so you understand how to read this. It's candle closed to candle open. And if you look at this back here, this candle was here. So there was a fair value gap from this level to this level. And that's what we came down and closed. That's all we did on that drop, guys. That's why it's important to learn technical analysis, know what the story is telling you. Don't just look at a book. You don't open a book in a language that you don't understand, right? You did, it's mumbo jumbo. But if you learn how to read, the language that it's written in, guys, then you can see the story that these charts are telling you, and you can know that pullback there, that 1 minute pullback chart that my good friend, my brother over there, Billy Goat Tells, was watching, Crypto Billy. That was just a fair value gap getting closed. So that's why we have this channel. The goal of this channel is to educate people as much as possible. So shout out to Andrew. Every time I see Marky Mark, I think of Boogie Nights, right? No kidding, man. Don't forget to hit hit the notification bell when you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you, Marky Mark. You are the man, Marky Mark, and the Funky Dutch in the house. Who else we got in here? Let's give another shout out. Yeah, I think we're good there. We got Andrea. We got Marky Mark. Cool. So Piper said stay live until 95K. So Piper to stay live until 95K. I was thinking, this show can go on as long as it needs to today, guys. So we got a lot to go over. So, but Bitcoin, yeah, we're pumping back up again. I'll keep an eye on that. You guys let me know in the chat if it breaks 95. Here, I'll just do this. Let's set an alert on here at 95. Let's do that. And then I can go jump into the X marks the spot because I got a bunch of stuff over there. Alert is set. Cool. We got an alert. Let's jump over and take a look at X marks the spot, guys, because there's some really good stuff over here that I want to go over. Titan of crypto. He said Bitcoin is approaching the upper boundary of the yellow band. You guys can see that right there on the chart. He's got a yellow band, and the target zone is up in that green band. That target zone, by the way, guys, 102,000 on the bottom side, 127,000 on the top side. That's what Titan of crypto is watching there. Did you guys see this story? Digital Asset News said the question is you're probably having is how can this little jerk make $42,000 launching meme coins? You don't have to be smart. You don't even have to take risks to launch a token. Takes almost zero time and just a little Solana. Have no conscience and you rug everyone. So let's go into this post here because I want you guys to see what happened here. This kid, 13 years old, launched a token, rugged it for $30,000, flipped the middle finger, okay? On the stream, he flipped the middle finger. A kid launched another coin, rugged it for $12,000. Degens took over and sent the token to $70 million. Can't make this up. It hits his $30,000 would have been worth 2.4 million plus. Crypto decides to dox and tokenize his entire bloodline. So now you've got this like Quant Dad token here. Where's it at? Where are you? Quant Dad token, Quant Sis, Quant Mom. They tokenized and doxed his entire family. So yeah, don't mess around with the crypto space, man. But remember, out there every time behind every little coin that you think is going to take off, it could be some 13-year-old that's just waiting to flip you off on screen. So I had to show you guys that. Let's talk about this math numbers, guys, because this is pretty interesting. This was from Bitcoin Hyper. He said Bitcoin $98,500 price target is only 5% away. You might expect a reaction there, but the cycle top is more likely above the $100,000 mark. Historical data shows that Bitcoin will hit $140,000 in the upcoming months. And let's talk about this math equation that they broke down here. Bitcoin election day 2012, it's $10.75. Just odd math that works out here, okay? Bitcoin 1 year later, $245. It's an increase of 22.7x. Bitcoin election day in 2016, it's $710. Okay, 710 times that previous 22.7x times 44.5%. That is the algorithmic equation that has to be in there. Times 44.5% equals $7,200. 1 year later, Bitcoin was $7,200. It's an increase of 10.12%. Bitcoin election day in 2020, $13,588 Bitcoin. Times that previous 10.12x that it did, times the algorithmic equation of 44.5% equals 61,300. Bitcoin 1 year later was $61,300. Exactly. It's an increase of 4.51%. 2024 Bitcoin election day 2024 was $69,400 Bitcoin times the previous 4.51%, 51x, I mean, times that formula equation of 44.5%. That puts Bitcoin, guys, at $139,180 based on this repeating algorithmic formula. So I thought it was interesting. I just wanted to show that. I saved it in here. Like I said, I got a lot of X marks the spot today. Target, guys. Holy cannoli. Is it time to buy Target? That's the question. Eric Wallen dropped this in the Discord for us also. The Target stock price, TGT, this morning dropped, and you can see it went from 158 $158, all the way down to 122.50, really. Even after reducing prices on thousands of items, the company just posted its largest earnings miss. Go back, sir. What are you doing? Thank you. Its largest earnings miss in how long? In 2 years. Did Target just confirm a retail recession? I think a lot of the problems that Target had came from the woke. Honestly, go woke, go broke. Yeah, there's probably some inflation things in there. People are going to Walmart. People are going to Dollar General. We've even seen Dollar General say that some of the not so needed items are not selling off the shelves at Dollar General. But yeah, I think Target really just it's. Yeah, it might be a little bit of an indicator, but I also think it's some bad business decisions. This is the red flag for multiple quarters now. Target has been warning a weakness in discretionary items. That's what I was talking about with the Dollar General. In fact, their chief of operations said cost pressures due to inflation are a major reason for the weakness. Weakening retail spending is often a leading indicator of recession. I do think, like I said, Q1, guys, we will see that that weakening start to play out and see some recessionary evidence, right? But as of right now, things are still moving up, and we play the markets until that changes. So, shout out to Alexander G dropping a link there for A to Ace. I appreciate that. And that's if we don't go into a super cycle. So it's interesting you say that. Let's jump over here. Let's talk about this for a second. We've talked about this on the show, and we've stated that the idea, the concept, the theory, the thesis of a super cycle could play out very easily. It has to do with, you guys remember that 50% pullback we did back in 2021? Had a 50% pullback in the middle of the cycle, springtime, hit 60,000 or whatever it was, and then came back and hit the next high in November of 2021. There was like a 50% pullback in the middle of that cycle. I am not opposed to thinking that in Q1 we could see the recession start to play out. It tops. We do a 50% dump. And then at that point, everyone's buying back in, strengthening of the market starts to take place. The recession reset button on the economy has occurred. And then it starts to pump again when we're normally in a bear cycle, AKA the crypto winter. And then we get that move into another pump again later in the year, going into when we would normally be in the bear market. And that is how you get a super cycle, is a big economic recession reset in the middle of a normal bull run. Would not surprise me at all. Would trip everybody out on the four-year cycle theory. And then the everyone that's been claiming super cycle since 2020 would all finally be correct in 2025. So there you go. Got to get some coffee. Drink your coffee, folks. Keep the brain sharp. What else do we have over here? Let's go back and look at that Kobeissi letter. Is who posted that about Target. But yeah, guys, watch for Target. We do see, like, super microcomputers. They just got another auditor. You guys remember we talked about that a while back, super microcomputers, SMC. We talked about the dump that they had when their auditor said, we're not even touching these books. And they dumped, like, I want to say it was like 60%. BC Port Corp, you probably know how much it dropped. What was it? But they just got a new auditor and they're up like 20% today. So guys, these things don't pull back forever. If they're solid companies like Target is, these pullbacks are good buy opportunities too. So if you're looking at those the stock side for diversification, companies that have these big sell-offs, super microcomputers, Target, not bad companies to scoop up when they do have that. So let's go and see what else I had here. $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Guys, let's talk about this. What if Bitcoin hits $100,000? What happens then, right? There's $5 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts to be liquidated at $100,000. I definitely think we're going to go up and hit that. Why? Market makers like liquidity. They get that liquidity from people making bad trades. So when there's a lot of shorts, overwhelming amount of shorts, and their liquidation markets around $100,000 range, market makers are going to go take their money, and they're going to use that money after they go up there and liquidate it, let everything sell off, buy back in with all the money they just took, and bump the markets even more to the upside, and that is the game that they play. So yeah, short squeeze could be in play for $100,000 based on order books for shorts versus longs. You can see how many shorts there are on the left side, that big red wave, and then that lower green wave. A lot more. There's a lot more short orders than there is long orders right now. So Michael Saylor, CEO MicroStrategy, reportedly set to meet with Microsoft. We talked about that already. Microsoft currently holds $78 billion in cash. That would be amazing. And according to BC Port Corp, they've already said, 1% in December. Let's do it. Breaking, Donald Trump considering replacing the lizard with this lovely lady here, Chair Gary Gensler with pro-crypto lawyer Teresa Goody Guyan. Trump is supposedly looking for a pro-crypto SEC chair replacement. God, wouldn't that be a breath of fresh air to get someone who actually supports the idea of crypto and freedom money into the SEC instead of the puppet of Warren, Elizabeth Warren? It would be amazing. So that's what I thought was around 60%, 65% dump on SMCI. Thank you, BC Port Corp. I knew you'd know that stuff. You are the man. So yeah, that information there. Prediction markets. Prediction markets, guys. You guys heard of these things, right? Prediction markets. The one like that was saying Trump was way in the lead and everything else on the polls was saying it's a really tight race. And then we had a red wave and everyone said, oh my God, Poly Market was more accurate than all of these national polls. Well, the prediction markets are now pricing in a 68% chance that Bitcoin will hit $100,000 this year. We just talked about the short squeeze. That would be a reason for that to happen. There's also a 30% chance that Bitcoin will hit 100,000 by the end of this month. Guys, it's the 20th. That would be in the next 10 days. We're not that far off from it. Prior to the election, there was a 1% chance of Bitcoin hitting 100,000 by this year. So it went from a 1% chance to a 68% chance with the election of Trump. So, yeah, let's talk about this. I need to go here and change my audio. Give me 1 second. Change the audio. Can you guys hear me? I think you can. There we go. Let's watch this together, guys. This is pretty funny. Buck sent me this. If you're not doing what this guy does, you're not a trader. Let's watch this and check it out.
Been testing resistance at 32 for a while now. False break. Wait, no. Our size at 30. Tight build up. 30 to 32. No way. Holy shit. It's coming.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Let me switch back over to my other audio. I just thought it was pretty funny there. That Buck sends me these videos sometimes. That one was good enough to share with you guys. But he said, oh my God, it's coming. Yes, it is. $100,000 Bitcoin, guys. I do think we are going to see that. Let's jump back over to the chat, see what we got here. Darren does things. What you got for us, bro? He said... Oh, he said laughing face. Museum of Corruption, like Sears. Yep, Sears is another one of those. Bit innuendo. I've shorted Bitcoin with $30, but that was to deceive the market makers because I'm long at everything else. Good. Yep. Good call. Good call. They're always looking at those books, guys. They are deep in those books. You got to go watch the last 4 posts I posted about World Mobile. We'll check that out when we have you on, bro. Shame on you, Rick. Hey. It's a funny video, man. If I see some funny stuff, I'm going to share it with the alumni. That's all there is to it. What else do we have here on X marks the spot? I think that's pretty much it. Let's go talk about the heat map, guys. So the heat map over here on the chart. There we go. On the heat map, we have been talking about this little yellow wave. I can't really zoom it in too much. Let me see here. Let me do it. Let me refresh this. Let's refresh. Let's go to the 2 week. Let's go to the 2 week. Wow, I totally lost it. There we go. Let's go to the 2-week chart. And let's talk about these levels that we've been seeing over and over and over again. I won't be able to actually show you the chart because if I zoom in, it throws off what it's reading on the numbers. You can see that way over there. But we keep hitting these yellow. Wow, see, there it goes. It's, you jerk. This thing is so touchy, guys. But anyway, you guys can see that yellow wave above the candles there. We keep hitting those higher and higher, and then it prints a new yellow area. I just want to show you guys this area up here above the yellow. Like we got yellow there at 95,239. There's $131 million there in liquidity, guys. Go up one more bar, 127 million. One more bar, 110 million. These are all liquidation coverage spots, okay, for leverage liquidation. So we've got well over $1 billion like we were seeing at the 100,000. From here to the $100,000 mark, it's over $1 billion in liquidations that I think are going to use the map, not the heat map. Am I using the wrong one? You have to show me which one I'm supposed to be using, DDT. I don't know. We'll check it out. I'll keep going. Anyway, we do have some levels below us, and let's go check out those levels. But I want to get it over and show these levels because the levels that I'm watching, again, 94,105. We are getting a little pullback there on the hourly. Okay, there's still that fair value gap that got closed, but there's still some money there evidently. Heading back to that. That's 94,105. Next level, 92,833. I think by the time we get to the 382 at about 92,000 to 91,404, we start to see a good bounce. And if not, guys, the levels that I'm watching for support below us is this box here. Let me turn off this here and turn those on. There we go. We've got the dynamic reactor and the quantum reactor coming in heavy right here in this block, plus the golden pocket. That level right now is coming in at about $90,500 to about $91,000. That is the level that we're coming in there. Okay. I think there's very strong support at that level. Okay. And the other level that I'm watching is down here at the platinum pocket. And that one's going to be coming in at about $89,000 to $90,000. So if we do get a pullback, these would be somewhat substantial pullbacks from the all-time high that we just hit, but they still would not be that bad, guys. We're talking about $90,000 as our pullback support. That's not horrible. Let's go ahead and measure this down to that level. The bottom on that level, guys, that would be about a 6% move, okay? Not a horrible pullback at all, and those would be key levels that I'm watching. But let's go over and let's take a look at what is going on the CME Gaps, because that's what the thumbnail said today. $77,000 target that everyone keeps talking about. We got to go back and close the CME Gap. We're going back to close the CME Gap. Matter of fact, right now, I got a poll going on here on the chat that you guys have been answering. I said, will Bitcoin fill the $77,000 CME Gap? 39% have said yes, 37% had said no, and 33% said yes, but it'll be in the next bear market, okay? And so let's go look at the likelihood of all of that and what that means for the Bitcoin price. Let's go to BTC 1 exclamation point, and let's put this on the 12-hour. I think that's a good one. Let's turn off all the other stuff. I just want to have the gaps that I've already put in here. And so you guys can see this is one that we had here on a CME Gap. We came back down and we cleared it. It's done. We finished it. It's all cleared out. Nothing to worry about there. That one got filled. So there's one. This is the CME Gap that everyone is talking about, though, that was not filled. And if you put this on the daily, you'll see it comes in top candle body to candle body, right? We have not clean this out yet, and this one comes in at the bottom side at 77,000. Top side on this right now is about $81,000, 81,200 if you want to get more exact. Let's measure this from its current level down to the bottom of that. That would be a 20% pullback. So is it possible that we get this closed out now? Absolutely. 20% pullbacks, 30% pullbacks in a bear market or in a bull market run is typical. We see them all the time. It's not a straight up line to the top. It does have pullbacks along the way, and several of them, 3 to 5, I believe, in each bull market of 30% pullbacks. So, would not be, unheard of for us to come back and close that CME Gap out. However, what are the likelihood of them getting closed? Well, here's one. We set this one. This one took how many days to close out? let's see here. That one took 10 days. That was 10 days later before it to clear out and close. Okay. Let's go down here and look at this one. This one still hasn't closed. We got one all the way down at 53,650 on the bottom side that still hasn't closed. We had one here that closed, and it closed it with that candle, but that candle closed on that Friday into that Monday created a whole new gap in the same exact spot. We still haven't come back and closed that one at all, guys. So, having to come back and close out CME gaps, not always the case. And some of them take very, very long times. Like this one here, we had a CME gap that opened here. This one took from the time that the market opened till it closed it out, 50 days, almost 2 months to close that one out. Let's go down here and look a little bit more. Here's another one that never closed out right here. Guys, this one comes all the way down to $20,000, $20,000 Bitcoin. It's never been closed out. So let's look at how long some of these can take, though. To give you an example, look, we're in the bull run, right? This is the scenario that I think we might be in. Bear market bottom, bull run. Look, there's a 30% retracement right there. And everyone probably thought that was going down to close it out. 32% retracement in the middle of the bull run. People probably thought we were going down to close out that CME gap. No, that CME gap, it took that CME gap. Let's throw a date range on here. That CME gap on the daily chart, that took 536 days to close it out, and it was in the bear market. I think this is what we see. I think we get up higher, okay? I don't think we pull back to that CME gap yet. I think we get up higher to around that 100,000, 104, $110,000 range. And I do have a video coming out on that level to talk about that. Shout out to Magic Internet Money. You've inspired me to make a legacy video. But I think then we start to get a pullback. Let's look at about $110,000 range. Okay, we'll say 109 because that's somewhere in between that 104, that 104 to that 114. So we'll do about $109,000. Let's do a 30% retracement. 30% retracement would be down to that CME gap. Okay, so we could come back and clear it out if we had a 30% retracement at that level. But I think that what we do is we do get a pullback, and people think that we're coming in to close out that CME gap. And so that's where everyone's waiting, and they wait and they wait and they wait. And it comes down here to about the $86,000 level where all of this play is here, and then takes off while everyone is waiting with their orders right here. And that later on in the next cycle bear market is where we come back, 589 days later to close that out. And if you really think about $140,000, that seems to be what we were just looking at on that calculation. A lot of people talk about the $140,000 range. If you take a look at that level, the bear market last cycle was about, we see 50% pullbacks all the time. Let's go to that $140,000 range and let's pull back 50%. 50% pullback would be right in there, about $70,000, guys. What do we have at $70,000? Take a look there. You see that line? Let's go ahead and just draw a line there at about that $70,000 range, a 50% retracement. Look at all of that area to come back and retest all previous resistance, guys. That would be what I am expecting to see when we look at all of the CME gap talk. We look at these price levels. It would not be a surprising move, in my opinion, and would make a lot of sense and would be matchy, if you will, with what we've seen in previous cycles. So let's go back to the main Bitcoin chart and put this back on my normal time frame. Let's look here. Oh, look there, guys. We just came down and retested that zero line almost. So yeah, it's not looking bad at all. Let's look at the other charts, see how they're looking. Still pushing up on the mayors, guys. Told you I have an alert set. You can see the white arrow right there. I have an alert set when this gets to that 3 level. That has typically been a good indication of take profit time. I will let you guys know when that one happens. We are closing in on the golden pocket of my fib channels here. Currently coming in on the current weekly is coming in at about 104,000. There's that golden pocket level again on the Legis, on the logarithmic fibs on the other chart that I was talking about. And then top side of that right now is coming in at about 124,000. So looking over here, we talked about this chart numerous times. Let's just do a quick update on it. We are moving in a straight line. I told you, when we break that one-to-one line, it's typically a straight move. You do have little pullbacks once you get away from that one-to-one, but it doesn't really come back into it. Straight line. Guys, I'm looking at this one. That's $168,000 Bitcoin to go back to the 1.618, which historically has either been a top or at least a target before pullback. You can see on all of these. So that's $168,000 Bitcoin there. Running on historicals, trends, and patterns. And then week and a half ago, I guess it was, we hit the double daily on target lock, target hold on my Piper Sniper toolkit. I said, when that happens, it's on like Donkey Kong. We hit it, and it's been on like Donkey Kong since then. So shout out to the developers at Chart Prime on my Piper Sniper kit. I designed this thing. They nailed it with the algorithm. So right now, guys, I am watching for a continuation. If we do get those pullbacks, look at it as opportunity. Matter of fact, if we come all the way back to the $90,000 range and test down there on the platinum pocket, I am very likely deploying the rest of my cash. As of right now, I'm doing a DCA daily, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Everything is pretty well up that I've been buying, but I may just shut off all of my recurring DCAs on everything, pick up more MicroStrategy, and pick up more Bitcoin, because my MicroStrategy has been crushing it. MicroStrategy up today, 9.4%. My MSTX, which is a 2x long leveraged MicroStrategy, it is up, and the ticker on that's MSTX, just so you know. It is up 19.6% today. So crushing it on my stock side over there. Deployed that money in on the stock side into those, deploy my crypto money into more Bitcoin, and just call it a day. Let's go. But that is what I got for you today, guys. I think I went through everything. I'm pretty sure. I think I got it all. But doing a show like, I don't know how Alex O does it, man. That dude can just talk forever. He's small in stature, mighty in voice strength. I'm just saying. But yeah, let's go check the chat real fast before we get out of here. Was there anything that I missed in here? Piper Academy. Good morning, crypto. We'll do a $100 giveaway if we close that CME gap before the bear market. Okay, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Let's throw that up here. BC Port Corp says, good morning, crypto show. We'll do a $100 giveaway if they close the CME gap before the bear market. BC Port Corp, how are you going to do that giveaway? Is it going to be random to members or what? We need to know. We need the deets, bro. Give us the deets. What else we got here? It's a straight line up if you are on a high enough time frame. That is true. That is true. Flat smack that like button for Piper. Appreciate you, Crypto Billy. Northwest Washington got hit hard last night. 70-mile-per-hour winds. Good Lord. I hope everyone's okay up there if you were in that area. I only use the flux capacitor reactor personally. Crypto Billy, you're so funny, man. Power just came back on. Average Crypto Joe, man. I hope you're okay out there, bro. Crypto Billy said Piper knows. Piper knows. All right, guys, that's what we got time for today. I appreciate everyone that joined me here. You guys are awesome. If you guys enjoyed this content, please smash that like button. Don't forget, next Monday, we've got 5 shows per day that'll be going on. Of course, sorry, username. We still don't have a weekend puppy trading video. I'm sorry, we don't have that show yet. I got to train my dog to use the keyboard and trade the charts. Once we do, we'll get about it going. Oh yeah, talk about the benefits of joining the Academy. Guys, you guys see these little membership people? They drop in all these little crazy emojis. That is the base level membership. It's available here on YouTube, and that gives you like the emojis, and you get a newsletter in our Discord. We do a weekly newsletter and stuff like that. There's we do an Q&A, question and answer, an AMA, if you will, ask me anything, that those members get access to. But on the other side of that thing, we have the upperclassmen, which is the top tier of our memberships. And in that, guys, you get some things over there like, let me pull up the chart. I got a nice little graph of this. because Crux built it for me and he does an amazing job at it. So, not community help, it is in memberships. There it is. So with that membership, you get Project Quick Dives that Crux does. Well, in fact, one of them he just did was on Chronos. That's the crypto.com native token. It's up 10% today. He dropped that yesterday. So you get quick dives that he does. You get trade setups from myself, Lunar Beaches Crypto, FDY, OC Guy, Buck, Crypto Trades. We're all just dropping these crazy setups in there, right? There's also portfolio management. You can get a one-on-one with the with Crux, and he'll go through your portfolio and help you reallocate and stuff like that. You get TA sessions on Thursdays, TA 101, where I teach you like, hey, how do you draw your fibs? What are your settings for this? I help you do all that. I share out my TradingView charts with our members so that they can copy it and put it on their charts. Founders Portfolio, you get access to that. You get the gym watch list, which is all your low cap deep dives that Crux has done, and he goes, hey, look at these, and he shows the performance versus Bitcoin and all that amazing stuff there. You also get the trading group itself and then subscription share. All of the subscription services that I have, I share the stuff in there. Some very valuable content, well over well over $160 per month value that you guys get included. And it's only $25 a month, but right now we're still running that special to fill up the upperclassmen membership roles. It's $19.99 a month right now, less than 20 bucks, less than $1 a day, and you get a ton of content. So you guys go check it out. Join our Discord, jump over there, click the link for WAP. If you can't find it, let me know. But there's some really, really good stuff. We give a ton of stuff for that $20, guys, that you guys get over there. So Melissa said, well worth the dinero. Yeah, Melissa, that's how she got into MSTX. We went through a whole stock talk on Q&A one day, and I showed her the performance level. She got into MSTX. She asked me in the one recently, and she said, hey, should I get out of MSTX? I was like, I think it's going higher. Melissa, I'm not sure how you took that, but if you held that, let me know in the chat. Absolutely has gone higher, much higher. So if you held it like we were talking about, you probably did quite well on that. So, but guys, yeah, that's our Discord over there. We have a lot of stuff, more alpha than you can consume. Trent Brock, another one of our members over there in the upperclassmen. Yeah, he's there with us all the time too. So guys, a lot of good content over there. Check out our WAP, our Discord, and join the upperclassmen. There's a link in there for WAP. Just go up to memberships. You'll see it. Click that link and get in there. Extremely valuable. Crypto Trade said, appreciate you. Yep. Thank you for that reminder. Alexander G joined Piper Academy. Yeah, there's Alexander G dropping that good stuff. Perfect. Let's go to solo cam. Let's get out of here. Guys, I appreciate y'all joining me here today. Crypto Trades, thanks for reminding me about doing that, man. I appreciate you, bro. Crypto Trades, my dog got my back. Jose in the house. Guys, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the morning market report. Don't forget, tune in tonight. We have the crypto nightcap that's going to be going on this evening. Later on after that, markets after dark. Tomorrow morning, pre-market, good morning crypto. Then I'll be back with the morning market report. And then next week, in the middle of all of that, you're going to have Trade Intuition with Trade Academy right here. 5 shows per day on the Piper Academy Network. Guys, we're trying to grow this thing. Share it with a friend. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss. And Billy, quit looking at 1 minute charts. I love you, bro.
I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, Crux Crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Chart Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going. going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall off. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my love line, you know what I mean.